Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Billy Blinks, joined as always by my co-host, Brian.
Hello.
And Kevin.
Hello.
We are back to talk the sneaky smash hit of the summer, Claim to Fame. This is episode 2. Big props to Brian and Kevin. You guys were kind of the ones that spearheaded that in our group chat, like I said last week. So big ups. I'm really excited. Video did great. Love the comments. Keep the participation coming. But this was a really good episode. Kind of, again, like pre-show, like you guys were saying, it really feels like the game kicked into gear. We had our first actual guessing elimination. So it's opposed to someone being DQ'd. Got to go through a full process of pre-challenge, challenge, voting, guessing game, like an actual cadence of the episode. And I just want to say off the top, I loved it. Want to get your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, I actually thought there was a lot of scrambling in this episode, and I just think it's a good sign for the show. If this is only episode 2, if this is what it's going to be like when it gets down to like 6 people and like you don't want to burn any bridges, like I think it could be really good.
We think,
and I think the scrambling aspect's definitely the best part about it, and it's because what I was trying to say a little bit earlier with like pre-show is they're now like gaining more and more information, and it's like everybody's starting to get scared because they know it. But like on top of that, they're talking more, they're seeing more clues, they're getting kind of into the flow of it. So, dude, I mean, it's gonna get intense,
right? Like,
it was hard. This is like a very difficult game,
right? Like, because
think about it.
And the one guy, like, I'm not gonna jump ahead, but like Logan's like, hey, by the way, this dude played for another team. Like, he just like lying
the
about
lie. Well, it was technically true. He was.
It is true, but
but you know. But that's why I have that for later. But yeah, they started to play the game. And so I do have somebody I want to highlight. We'll bounce around here. We don't have to go in any kind of chronological order. My favorite player by far, and I'm curious to see who your guys' favorite player is. Mine by far is LC. LC, the GOAT. LC, the investigator. She's smart, man. But I mean, she's the reason why things go the way they go. She's the person that cracked the code on Michael. That was her. That was nobody. If that doesn't happen,
that was impressive.
Somebody else goes home.
That was very impressive. And that was actually the other thing I was going to say. I'm like surprised at how big of these celebrities actually are. I thought it would be like my brother was like an extra in the Batman Returns. Like,
I mean, we had Chuck Norris's grandson.
Yeah, Kev, remember last week? You're like, these guys. How big are these celebrities going to be? They're
big.
Like really.
Zendaya is like a top 5 most popular person in the world right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yo, and speaking of LC, somebody said that she might be Forrest Whitaker. Kev, are you still holding strong on your
Yeah.
I mean, because that's also.
Who'd you say she was, Kev?
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, James Earl
That's
Jones.
a good one too. I love that one.
Forrest Whitaker is also a good guess.
That's a great one.
But that's also like, dude, it's such a shot in the dark. Like, where are you getting this info from?
Yeah, right.
So I guess
same with me. I just went strictly off of the glasses that he wore.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I don't think that's a bad guess.
No, I agree. I still think you're right.
I think it's important we dig just a little bit into the Michael stuff because that kind of was a through line throughout. And I wanted to get your guys' opinion on something. It was super interesting because he figures out the other big reveal of the episode. He figures out that Brittany is related to Brett Favre. She's Brett Favre's daughter. There's a lot of different combinations of reasons, but he figures it out. He literally goes to the group, like out with her off on her own. And it's like, I know who she is. And they're like, we don't care. Go away. We don't believe it. We don't like you. And it's like, it was such an interesting thing. You never in these reality shows see somebody come over and then be like, no, we don't want to talk about the game with you because you didn't ask us like how our day is. And like they like bullied him away.
Right.
And I'm like, I would love to talk to some of them now after the fact, like when this game's over and be like, so you got to be kicking yourself, right? I mean, the guy was handing you somebody who, you know, maybe he goes pretty.
He wins and it's like, dude, I was about to tell you that like we could have navigated around all this, you assholes. Right. But I also want to like, I really think that there was lack of editing on like the producer's part because there was no inkling of this dude being so disliked. And it was just like, it was a group of 6 people and none of them said a word. None of them it would have sat there awkwardly if, was it LC or was it
Yeah,
It was us.
It was all of them. It was LC. I thought
LC
Dominic-
was the one speaking. Though,
She was the one who like began it. It was like a dead silence for a while.
She used the force to shut him up.
Yeah.
They just iced them, like Kevin said. You know that, and everyone just looks at you and says nothing, and you're like, okay, I get it. It was crazy, and then she does go over. He does tell, what he tells Pepper, right?
Yeah.
Poor
Yeah,
Pepper.
I think he tells Dominique.
Tells Dominique, because it was Dominique and Pepper were the two that were up for the guesser vote. Ends up being Pepper, ends up being the guesser. But you said like that was an interesting thing too. Logan pressuring Pepper. I didn't like it. I mean, I like it from a gameplay, but I like Pepper is just, she's too nice for this game. I feel like too nice for any of the reality. She's walking around. She honestly looks petrified.
Yeah, she's be a blindside celebrity like for reveal.
I can't wait to see who she's related to.
Yeah, there's been zero chat about who she might be.
Right.
Yeah, she's sneaky under the radar.
But I feel like she could be. She literally fits. I could see that. I could see that. I could see this. I could do that. Like somebody needs to pick her clue.
Yeah, I agree.
But a successful guess, she decides to not take a layup like Luis, and she doesn't even take the Brett Favre info because she got the Brett Favre info. She goes with Michael and goes with the Zendaya theory, and it paid off. Shows some selfies with him, and I want to get how you guys feel on this, but like he was doing his exit interview. One, he looked super sad, like really upset, like his eyes and like very embarrassed, and like you could tell he's probably very worried about how he's going to come off.
Yeah, I just think he was like, would you have thought he was related to her?
No, but I don't recognize any of the people.
I thought it the second they said, well, I narrowed it down to who I thought about, but like again, like I never thought these celebrities were going to be this high. So like as soon as you said like they pulled the spider. And it was like,
that's my clue.
That's my clue. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was thinking of rappers. I'm like, who is like an 8? Like,
literally, I thought Childish Gambino for like.
I was thinking Mystical.
Someone was saying Exhibit.
You know what I mean, Mystical?
Mystical.
He's a good rapper.
Well, it's a rapper. I don't know how to.
He was on that Move Bitch song. He'd say, you remember the song like "Shake Your Ass, Watch Yourself"? That's Mystical.
Yeah.
Shake your ass.
Show me what you're working with.
Yeah.
That's the intro song.
Came with my dick in my hand.
That dude in your head.
So overall, I do like it. I do also like that it doesn't seem like there's like a bunch of alliances. It does seem like it's pretty shifting, and I do think they are kind of pushing the game along. And final update: X is still a vampire, and anyway, won the challenge. So good for him, man.
Yeah, he's an interesting guy, man.
That's the guy on my.
I think that theory about Orange is the New Black with him is true because I do.
Who's he related? Supposed to be related to?
I've never seen that show.
I have.
Oh, for real?
She
blew up after the show. She's like a black, like she like a
the short hair.
She was like wants to do. It's very like she's like a very just like dominant woman. She's like speaks her mind, whatever, all throughout the show. And it's like she's a great character.
Which character?
She's like a black transgender.
Oh, Laverne. Yeah, Laverne.
Yeah.
Laverne Cox. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, that's a good. Dude, that's was that an LC theory too?
Yeah. Exactly.
LC the goat, dude. LC the goat. I can't wait. I need LC. We need to meet LC. We're gonna get there. 100%.
I don't know Pepper. I don't know
Lark.
Yeah.
Great name.
Who else we don't know? We still are unsure of Logan.
Logan's a country star, but we don't know because there's 500
I'm
of them.
still positive it's
I mean,
you don't think it could be like Kenny Chesney too?
It's a Georgia country star. So
if you showed me a picture,
I don't know him either, man. I hate country music.
All right, guys, these are Georgia country stars: Luke Bryan, Zach Brown. Zach Brown's old enough. I don't think. I mean, unless I don't know what's the relation. Do we know? I think a father or a grandfather. Alan Jackson. That's a big one right there. That could be.
Tim McGraw.
Where's Willie Nelson from?
No, I'm reading the list. I'm telling you, just basically like I think that the Alan Jackson could be a big one because it's got to go with the age there. So
What is Shania Twain?
yeah, we're sure they said it's a guy at this point, but all right, cool. I love the show. I'm glad things are going the way they're going. I'm really looking forward to week 3. It's really cool with that block of having Bachelorette and that on the same night. It's really is a lot of fun to be able to watch both. It's a solid 3-hour block. But that's it. Make sure
For
you're
all the men out there, also Better Call Saul is out at that same time.
yeah, that's a DVR boy. Make sure you're like and subscribe to the channel. Like we said, Bachelorette, The Challenge, Claim to Fame, F Boy Island, Buckhead Shore, Real Housewives, you name it. We are probably trying to cover it. Love Island premieres tonight as we are recording, and we'll find a way to get some coverage out there. To check that out on Peacock, just send your email in. For myself, Brian, Kevin, thank you. Peace.
See ya.